everyone, Chris here, and welcome to my channel. For today's 5 on Friday, I'm going to do round 2 of 5-star predictions. First up is Lost in the Neverwoods by Aiden Thomas. I read Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas and absolutely loved it and gave it 5 stars, so I'm hoping that I will love this one too. I believe this is a Peter Pan retelling. Yes, it says it's been 5 years since Wendy and her 2 brothers vanished into the woods near the small coastal town of Astoria, Oregon. Wendy returned with no memory of where she had been or what had happened to her. Her brothers did not. When the town's children start to disappear, the mystery around her brothers is brought back into the light, and the police are once again knocking on Wendy's door for answers. Attempting to flee her past, Wendy almost runs over an unconscious boy lying in the middle of the road. Peter, a boy she thought lived only in her stories, asks for Wendy's help to rescue the missing kids. But in order to find them, Wendy must confront what's waiting for her in the woods. So, like I said, I really love Cemetery Boys, so I'm hoping that I also am going to love this book as well. Next is The Sea and Winter by Christine Day. I read I Can Make This Promise by her, and again, that was another book I gave 5 stars to, and so I'm hoping this will also be a 5-star. It says, Maisie Cannon is having a hard time. It's been months since her knee injury, and her recovery process has been painfully slow. As a serious ballet student, Maisie is eager to rebuild her strength and get back to the dance studio. She knows all her ballerina friends are auditioning for prestigious summer dance programs while she remains sentenced to physical therapy. But the injury isn't her only problem. Maisie has been irritable toward her loved ones lately and can't always explain why. And as Maisie and her family set out on a midwinter road trip, her secrets and anxieties and dark moods start to hurt as much as the aches and pains in her knee. So this is another book where I am hoping that since I loved one of the author's books, I'm going to love this one as well. Next, I have Silka's Journey by Heather Morris. This is the sequel to The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and Silka is a character that we meet in that book. I am assuming we're going to find out what happened to her during the events of The Tattooist of Auschwitz. I'm expecting this to be a really heavy read, but I do think I am going to give it 5 stars, and if it's anywhere near as good as The Tattooist of Auschwitz, then it'll get 5 stars, no problem. Next, we have People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I read Beach Read by Emily Henry, and while that wasn't quite 5 stars, I'm hoping that maybe this one will be. In this one, we follow Poppy and Alex. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child, he wears khakis. She has insatiable wanderlust, he prefers to stay home with a book, and somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, they are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City, and he's in their small hometown, but every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything and haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex, and so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together. Lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything, if only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? So, I think this is a bit of a romance, and I'm assuming that they acted on their feelings, and that's why they didn't continue to talk, and now she's got to figure out whether she spills the beans. But like I said, I really liked Beach Read, and it was just shy of being a 5-star for me, so I'm hoping that maybe this book will be. And lastly, we have The Forbidden Expedition by Alex Bell. This is the second book in the Polar Bear Explorers Club. So the first book in this series is one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year, so I'm really hoping that the sequel is just as good as the first one. In the first one, we follow Stella, who wants to join the Polar Bear Explorers Club just like her dad. Unfortunately, girls aren't admitted, but her dad manages to convince them to give her a try. She then gets to go on an expedition and unfortunately is separated from the main group along with several other junior explorers. I really, really enjoyed getting to see Stella's journey and her developing relationship with these other junior explorers in the first book, and I'm hoping we get more of that in the second one and that I continue to love and adore this series. So those are 5 books I'm predicting I'm going to give 5 stars to. I will be reading these books over the next 4 months, and you can look forward to a wrap-up at the end of that to see what I thought of these books. What is a upcoming read that you think you're going to give 5 stars to? If you've made it this far in the video, leave me star emojis in the comments section below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!